Happy Sunday, folks. Feels weird saying that.
Out of all
On
the
this
days where I
particular.
say Happy X Day here, Sunday does feel like the weirdest.
No, it does.
No, the weirdest is when I say Happy Saturday because I never stream on Saturdays.
That is true.
So when I say Happy Saturday, I'm like, what?
You got to think about it. Wait a minute. Did I really say Saturday?
No, I have to stop every day. Happy, what day is it?
Ah,
And sometimes
it's
I
all
just say the
good.
wrong day entirely.
I did that before.
Happy Tuesday.
This
It's Friday.
past-
What?
No, I did that last week in a couple of Discord channels and stuff, and that was actually me typing it because I was off Friday. So on Thursday, I was saying "Happy Friday, everybody," and they were all like, "You idiot! It's not Friday." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. It's
Is it?
Thursday." Oh man, it's been a fun time. It's been a couple weeks since we've done one of these, and
It
even
has,
crazier
but,
on a Sunday.
Yeah, that thing. We were supposed to do one last night, but you
Yeah.
decided to be a good Samaritan and help someone jump off their
With
car.
their
Which good
car.
on you. Proud of you. Proud of you for that.
Yeah, so we got here. See, y'all, it's a Sunday special. That's what I went with for this. Why not? Because it's a crazy thing, but
We have
you know,
news to talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was part of it. I did my good deed, but it was where I was at and what I had just done. That was a big portion of the excitement for it. Oh man. Uh, so we both saw this movie yesterday,
More,
and
I
one
saw
of
it at like
us.
4:10. His was at what would be 6 o'clock for me. So
Yeah.
like I was getting out basically as his was starting. So it was like I have to wait to
Hey,
say
it was,
anything.
It was interesting though because one of us wanted to go see this movie, the other is like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was so hesitant about. I was like, because it wasn't grabbing me. Nothing about it was grabbing me. Like, I have to see this. It was like,
There was nothing grabbing the attention for him. Was it a day or two ago the reviews came out on IGN? It was like a 4 or 3 or something like that.
yeah, people were not kind to this movie.
Which is, it always goes back to the whole review
Don't-
versus
Don't
user,
listen.
you know,
Don't listen to reviews. Go see it and decide for yourself.
because
Which my review, honestly, just is double and a half what they said it was.
yeah, that's the thing though, because they popped that review out. It was like 4, 3. I think it was a 4.
IGN gave it a 5. IGN
A
gave it
5.
a 5.
Okay. And then personal people that I know went and seen it, and they're posting it out, and they're like 8, 9. I'm like, okay, so something's off filter here because the reviews can be good, and one thing you never know. So
Yeah, it's like, what is it? Martin, whatever his name is, the Irishman movie.
Scorsese,
Yeah, that guy.
yeah.
His
I
movies
think
get like what 10 out of 10 ratings, but then everyone else says they're some of the boringest movies on the planet.
yeah. Let's,
Like the Irishman, for example. Like the Irishman, everyone was like, "Oh my god, the Irishman is so good." Literally everyone I know and everything I've seen on Twitter talking about that movie it was boring as shit. What are they talking about?
yeah, no, there's always something to it for that.
So it's one of those, I like looking at reviews for movies, just to kind of see what the general consensus is. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the critics come out, I'm like, fuck those guys.
Well, that's the weird thing because here lately we've been in a trend of, for the past year or so, maybe more, where it's like, if the audience is high, the critics are low, and if it's vice versa. And there's only been a couple of instances where that has been neck and neck. And
Guardians was one of them?
maybe this Guardians is one of them. One of the main things I will say though is I saw
For those who
Okay.
don't know what we're talking about Fast X right now.
Yeah, Fast X.
Just wanting to throw that out there.
Oh, I think they would have got that.
Well, you never. What movie are they talking about?
I think that's the only other movie that came out this week, honestly.
It's the only movie that did come out this week, I think. But
Yeah, everything else has been out already into a.
I mean, to be fair, you just saw Guardians of the Galaxy. They came out 3 weeks ago.
Yes, that is true. I saw 2 movies this weekend, and both were carried by good villains.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes.
That was the story of the weekend, the villains for me. Oh man.
But yeah.
No.
Were you as impressed with Fast X as I was? Like, going in it with your expectations where they were compared to how you were coming out of it.
I would say yes. Honestly, it's one of those things where I didn't know what to expect fully, but the trailer, for me, what drug. So these movies, we've seen one, you've seen them all. We've had this talk before. They're there. They're a thing. And you get into it, Fast 9, the joke and meme of cars go space happened. I'm like, all right, so what could we possibly do?
We're drifting on the moon, that's what.
Yeah, but this one was actually more tame than the others. But for me personally, the trailer, because we've seen one, you've seen them all. The trailer did a good job for me of hyping it up because Momoa. That's what dragged me into it.
Definitely.
I was like, this looks like a guy that's gonna play a good villain. And
Well, it's Jason Momoa. It's like
yeah,
9 times out of 10, if his name's attached to the movie, it's gonna be pretty good.
yeah. Let's see.
But
Heavy wants your money back. You can explain. Just don't put spoilers in it.
Yeah.
If you can explain
no
it.
spoilers, please. Which is gonna be hard for me because
Yeah.
my biggest gripe and my biggest praise for this movie are heavy spoilers, so I can't
Yep.
talk about either of them.
Oh, it's a thing for sure.
So it's one of those like, God, how do you talk about this movie without?
Well, it's a Fast and Furious movie.
It went fast. It went fast.
No, Momoa carried a lot of it for it, and it didn't have. Let's put it this way: it didn't have as many cliche things as the past couple have had, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you felt that way about it or not.
Like, to me, the craziest bits were, and they were in the trailers, so we can talk about it. The dam and the bomb rolling through the Vatican.
Yep.
Those were the craziest bits. Everything else was like, okay, no, wait, there's one more thing. That was just, what?
Yeah.
But can't talk about it because spoilers.
Yeah.
Overall,
Well,
I definitely really like this movie.
that's good on it. I wouldn't go back that far. There's
The
been a
last
couple
good
good ones.
Fast and Furious was Tokyo Drift. Hold the phone. So hold on, wait. So Heavy, do you straight up prefer the street racing aspect?
Oh well, if that's the case,
Fast
then...
and Tokyo Drift was the last one that really focused on like that element of this franchise. Fast
Yeah.
and Furious moving forward, like 4 moving on, started making it more like action adventure-y.
yeah.
So
That's true.
Where the street racing definitely sat on the back burner, and at during like 6,
Yeah.
it was just not even there.
Well, 4 had it somewhat, but it was like,
That's where it started to.
yeah, it was so-so. But that's one of the main things there. Overall, though, let's see.
I loved it. It's definitely the best one. It's the. I just want to know how they go from racing cars to saving the world from nukes. You see the transition?
Well, you see.
First they steal vaults from banks, and then they steal God's eye. And I'm not giving you context on that one. And then you have a street race. Then you have a street fight in a parking garage. So you're technically not on the street. You're on the roof. So it's a roof fight. And then you drive a submarine in the middle of Antarctica. So, listen. Because you did not. You did not. You fucking did not.
Hey, a nuke is no match for family. All about family. See, you guys know. Oh man!
I got family.
But there was
There
there
a lot
wasn't
to
as
like in
much
this movie.
of that in this one. I will say they weren't as like up in your face about it. Like, oh, family's the only thing that matters or whatever.
No, they really weren't. This one was literally more about survival.
Yeah, no, that's
Which
true.
just lends to Momoa's the best Fast and Furious villain. By a mile and a half. Excuse me, by a quarter mile and a half. If I'm gonna make a comment
Make a
about Fast
joke.
and Furious, we're gonna do it right.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I would say. I'm trying to think because it's hard to remember. If
The
you're
next
going to go
best one is,
technical, it'd be Statham. Be the bet for me.
My biggest complaint about Deckard was he just randomly showed up everywhere. Like everywhere the team was, he just magically showed up. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Whereas his brother, like Luke Evans' character in Fast and Furious 6, was significantly better.
Yeah. That's fair. I can understand with that. I can get that.
But seriously, Furious 7, like just every single place the team was, he just magically showed up. Like in Abu Dhabi, when they went to go drive the car across skyscrapers.
Yeah.
But he just
well,
it's like, how do you know where they're at? Like, I get, the whole tracking the family, but that just seems like a bit much.
You know what? No, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch that stretch of them because say what you will about the person as acting and stuff, he's come a long way. I didn't mind Cena as the villain in 9.
Look, Cena's a good actor. We're just gonna throw that out there. Cena's a good wrestler turned actor.
Yeah, he's done some good things with it.
He was a blast in this one.
Yeah, he really was. There were some what the hell moments for me.
Yeah. But I still liked it.
I'll get into it, but that bit with the airplane, how?
Don't. It's Fast and Furious. Why are you questioning the logic? Okay, they Tarzan swing from the rope of a rope bridge with the car attached to the end of the rope, and just casually swing and survive.
Forgot about
You're
that.
questioning that?
Yeah. That's almost as bad as in Hobbs and Shaw, that ending sequence with the helicopter or whatever.
Okay, listen, Hobbs and Shaw, they just went sci-fi. They went full-on sci-fi with that, okay? Idris Elba was a freaking super soldier in that movie.
Ooh, man, would he count as a villain in the franchise? Because he was really...
He would.
He was very good.
I love Idris Elba. But...
Because I think technically the wording for those was Fast and Furious Presents or something like that.
It counts. It's got Hobbs and Shaw and Roman Reigns.
Hey, it was a good movie for what it was.
It's my favorite since 7.
So they get more unbelievable, but they peaked at 9. Like nothing they do will top car in space. Like
2 words: time travel.
Can we not do that?
I can see it happening.
Oh man.
Or racing on the moon. Like literally drifting on the moon. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And apparently we got 2 more movies coming out, so.
Yeah, allegedly. We'll see. It's supposed to be part 1 of 2, but there was
they pretty much confirmed it's gonna be 3.
Yeah, he did. Which would be interesting, but
I'm glad it's ending on 12 and not 11. That's just a weird number to end on.
Well, they're gonna do that, or is it gonna be like 10-2, 10-3? I hope they don't do that. That'd be you couldn't do that. That'd be too damn weird.
If they don't name the final movie The Last and the Furious, I'm gonna be upset.
The Last and the Furious. Oh, that'd be good. That would be too good.
Yeah, Fast X.
No.
Really good.
It's good. It's really the look of it. Was there anything that really?
Okay, is it spoilers when you're talking about why isn't a certain character involved because the actor unfortunately passed away?
I wouldn't say so.
I want you to look at what happened in 8 and 9, and now this one.
Yeah.
You're telling me that in this world, this story, in this universe that you have created, there is no way that Brian would not have shown up to help stop Dom, to not help take down Dom's brother, and to not help in this situation?
Yeah. They really...
and I'm not saying this because, out of disrespect to Paul Walker, because, phenomenal person, and it's tragic that he passed away. I hate it, and I get that it's tricky to do, but I'm looking at this as this from a story element. He wouldn't have taken he wouldn't have been benched.
Yeah, no.
He would have been there with Dom for Dom the entire time. So the fact that they didn't find some way to work that in with Cody doesn't work.
Yeah, which I feel like they're gonna have to do something with that eventually, because that's where you write yourself into a corner by keep going on past 7, because 7 that all right, cool, story's
Because
wrapped
Mia's
up.
been in all of them.
Yeah.
And the excuse they're going with is Brian's babysitting the kids.
And we never see the kids. I was like, come on.
Like, I'm gonna spoil this right now. I don't care. At the start of this movie, the family's having like the barbecue dinner, as they usually do, and Mia's sitting there, and there's an empty seat beside her.
Yep.
Not once do they bring Brian up. That just doesn't sit well with me.
See, I thought that was pivoting from the end of 9, where they're like one more person, and then
Yeah, which I liked that scene, but like
that.
Cody looks too much like Paul, and then you can just CGI, just kind of fill in the blanks.
Yeah, I haven't seen a recent picture of him. I don't even know if they would need to, honestly. Like, because he's only gotten older.
His eyes are a little wider than Paul's were. But that's about it.
So he's only gotten older.
Because he was at Ludacris's Star of Fame ceremony.
Okay. I didn't see that part, if he was or not. It all started with Brian and Dom. It's got to end with them, which...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. That's what they could have done with 7, but,
7. I stand by this. 7 should have been the ending point.
Yeah.
But...
Well, see, that always made me question, like, if Paul Walker was alive, would they have still done this many, or would it have been like, all right, or would he have even still been a part of it? I guess he would have, but
we can't know that, but,
yeah. Because it would have impacted a lot of stuff.
It just feels weird, like, especially with the story of this one. Dante is going after the people who took down his dad. The 2 people that were heavily involved were Dom and Brian.
Yep.
So you're saying he ain't doing jack with Brian at all?
Have him hit away or whatnot. But, that's one of the main things that we'll never...
I'm not saying it out of disrespect, because obviously I have all the respect for Paul Walker, I can't talk right, and
You got it.
Like Vin and all of them, because these are fun films. You don't need anything, like Academy Award winning. You just need fun action films, and that's what the Fast and Furious franchise has always been. I'm just looking at this from a story perspective. The lack of Brian does not make sense.
Yep.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves with the fast talk, because we're gonna do some good next week.
Do a fun one. No, that's a good thing. But for me, we hadn't got to have this talk since we haven't done a Week in Geek in a while. I also saw another movie this weekend that was really good, and we haven't got the chance to talk about it yet. On here.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Good.
This is one of those movies that it was so good, but it's going to be hard to have multiple rewatches.
Yeah, I can understand
just because of
that.
the tone of the movie and like the story that they're telling. But it was fantastic.
No, I enjoyed it. It was great. Like I said, the theme of this weekend was villains, and High Evolutionary is one of the best Marvel villains in ages for a single movie.
Oh yeah.
That was...
I'm trying to think. Since Endgame, we've had. Okay, that's not even fair. Because you have Taskmaster. You have whoever the villain, like Eternals. You have Green Goblin. You can't top that. You had Wanda, you leave my girl alone. You had Gore, misunderstood.
That's
Namor or Namor,
Namor, yeah.
which, yeah. And you had Kang, which we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the first villains in a long time that I've actively said I want them to just brutalize this guy.
Yeah, no, it was good. I don't have too many gripes with Guardians 3. Maybe a couple of things here and there, but I'd have to really sit down and think on that again.
We got the first F-bomb in the MCU.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the only thing I knew going into it. I actually avoided any spoilers for most of it.
Fun fact. The Russos wanted to have that in Endgame.
Yeah.
But they were like, we don't want our legacy with
Yep.
Endgame to be the first MCU F-bomb. And Kevin Feige was like, James Gunn, James, are you sure you want to do that? Duh. So
Yep. He didn't care. He was like, let's go for it.
if you're asking me if I want my legacy to be the first F-bomb in the MCU, yes, please. It only took us 30 films to get it,
Yeah. No.
and it wasn't Deadpool that said it.
Ooh, that's true. It was not Deadpool.
Which honestly feels fitting, because they're gonna have fun with it. Yeah, I thought my film was gonna have the first fuck in it, but technically that was Eternals. No, wait, that's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about the word fuck. So yeah.
But it was just one of those things. Like the context in which they used it, I was like, okay, that's a situation where just like get in the car. As he's sitting there talking her through it, it's like.
I love the chemistry between Chris and Karen at this point. Like they were hysterical to me.
Oh, that was great. He's so frustrated with it, but no, it was the.
But can we all just agree that Bradley Cooper just deserves all the love for his portrayal of Rocket?
Yeah,
he's always made Rocket, this amazing character, but Guardians of the Galaxy is a Rocket movie. It is a movie about Rocket.
Yeah.
And his performance is just... I think he's an underappreciated actor in general.
Yeah, I don't know about underappreciated. A lot of people.
I feel like he doesn't get as much love as he deserves. I'm saying he deserves all the love, not just some of it.
Yeah, some of them do.
I wasn't expecting it so early. You fucks. Hi, Trix.
I'm just so early.
To be fair, this was supposed to be last night, and we just decided on a whim to just... Hi.
Go for it.
My bad. Also, hi.
Well, it is later in the afternoon.
Normally you do it at 8.
Well, Nate's doing his stuff tonight.
I'm doing Dragon Age tonight, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decision that was made.
Yeah, I saw that. Dragon Age. That's a...
Inquisition.
Yeah, that's a different area for you, isn't it?
It's BioWare, and it's...
Yeah, I know.
That being said, I can never get into Dragon Age Origins. No matter how many times I tried to play that game, it just wouldn't work.
We'll see. They're fun games for what they are. Supposed to get 4 at some point, allegedly, I think.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that that's BioWare's last chance.
I know. That was a big one. Seen some leaks from the showcases, so I'm curious about that for both.
I'm not believing anything until I see it on Wednesday.
For Sony and Xbox.
I need fuck Xbox. I need Wednesday to be at Grand Slam. I can't wait, and I really want to do a coverage Wednesday of the PlayStation Showcase. Say that again. Fuck Xbox.
Oh, now. Come on, now. What did they ever do to you?
besides suck?
Hey, I haven't had any issues.
I can't say that. Xbox 360 dominated that that generation. I honestly missed the Xbox 360.
Oh man, Redfall. Let's not talk about Redfall.
We don't talk about Redfall. No.
It's Tears of the Kingdom. Dude, Tears of the Kingdom has been ridiculous. Like, more power to everybody creating the shit that they've done.
I'm not touching, no.
Final Fantasy 16 next month. Yeah, that'll be there.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, because they've been going that more Souls-esque route now.
I'm excited for Lords of the Fallen.
That looks interesting too, compared to the original. Or whatever, it's this original sequel, prequel, yada yada.
Yeah, this is a remake slash. Yeah,
it's a re-sequel, I think, is what it is, because it takes place after the first one, technically. But I don't know. They're being weird with it. Which of all games that ever got a re-sequel remake, that one I never expected to get a remake.
Lords of the Fallen?
Well, the first didn't do so hot, if I recall. A lot of people didn't like that one.
I remember, I think I bought that one on sale for like $3, like 5 years ago. Yep. And I just didn't care for it. And then recently I re-downloaded it just to kind of try it out. It's like, why didn't I like this game? And, having played Bloodborne, having played Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, and Jedi Survivor, and, like, all those games, the game is really slow and clunky.
Well, that's going to happen the further back you go with games.
Yeah, that's right.
Compared to,
free with the PlayStation Plus. That might have been it. I might have bought the DLC for that price. So it might have been a PlayStation Plus game.
Yeah. No, there's some cool stuff next month or so. Got that. Got Final.
The only thing I think of is Final Fantasy 16 next month.
Well, Final Fantasy, Diablo 4 is coming out too.
Diablo, yeah, I forgot about that.
I think that's the main things for them.
Street Fighter's in July, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I think so. Next month and a half or whatever.
No, it is June 2nd. It is next week.
Oh, wow. You can tell I'm not a Street Fighter person.
That thing.
I had to keep up with that. Boy, I have seen things just scrolling through Twitter and stuff, and they're like, and you may have seen them.
Okay, when you say, I have seen things, I'm like, what are you looking at?
Well, no. It's just, they're like, people talking about, oh, it's so exciting about all the fighting games we're getting. They have like Mortal Kombat 1, Street Fighter, and then Tekken, and then a couple of them are throwing up Tenkaichi. And I'm like, that is not that type of fighting game. I'm like, y'all are nuts. I would never consider Tenkaichi a fighting game to that extent. It's more of a arena fighter, so to speak.
I mean, we don't know how they're doing Tenkaichi. We don't know how the new one's going to be.
If it's not like the old ones, then they're going to piss a lot of people off.
That's basically what Xenoverse is now. At least in terms of gameplay.
Well, yeah. That's the... button. Not all of them are button mashers. Not all of them. Budokai was heavy on button mash.
Budokai 3 was heavy on the fucking RNG.
Well, Tenkaichi isn't really button mash per se. It's you have your one button you push, so you can do combos. So those type of things. Fighters would definitely be in that realm.
Yeah. Definitely. Which I miss fighters, but it just I had my fun with it. Now I'm done with it.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was a weird. My issue with fighters was always getting through the story. It was like it really hit home on, hey, repeat this fight 20 times on each board. Oh man, that was one of the main things. Trying to think if there's anything else from that, but yeah, no, Guardians was good. I enjoyed it. Uh, Solid ending for pretty much all the characters, so can't complain with that.
Yeah, it fits. I'm really happy with this.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people disappointed with the way they portrayed Adam
Warlock, yeah, I didn't care for that either. Um, if they're gonna go that way, that's cool the way they did, but in like comic accuracy, this guy was like right
Yeah.
under Thanos in terms of threat level. So,
Yeah.
so that is not what we got. Let's say that.
I mean, if he fully gets developed, he will be, but
Well,
because they emphasize multiple times that he's not ready yet, he's finished yet. It's like, okay.
well, given how it ended, that would be a hell of a pivot. So I would be curious about that.
I don't know, but overall, fantastic movie. I loved it. Don't know how often I'd be able to rewatch it, but
Yeah.
fantastic conclusion to the Guardians storylines, and I love it when these movies and TV shows don't focus on like the overall connectivity when they just
Yeah, that one definitely
do their
did.
own thing.
Yeah, they set it up really nice. Something else that came out of that for me as far as Guardians, I would definitely go 3-1-2 for the ranking on those.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Two being the weakest of that bunch for me
And
personally.
2 wasn't bad. Like, it
Nope,
was
it wasn't.
a good movie, but it's just the weakest out of the 3. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Nope, that's good
But,
there.
I watched another movie last night.
Oh, I
which-
did watch another movie last night. I forgot
which-
about that.
Whew. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania
Yep. I watched that one last
was
night
not
finally.
bad.
Nope.
Was really good. My question is, and I'm sure someone has a proper answer for this, but how do you make MODOK look good live action?
That's what a lot of people issue was.
Like, just how do you make MODOK look good live action?
I
You don't. You don't.
having said that, I will say I don't know if that was them cleaning up from the theatrical or just random TikTok clips, but he looked better on the Disney Plus version. I will say that.
Did he?
I don't know if they cleaned it up or what they did.
I'm gonna have to go back. Well, I need to rewatch it anyway, but
Just
I'm gonna
from
have to go back and check that out.
because I didn't get to see it in the theater, so all I know was the clips that I saw, and this is also a case of what happened with Superhero. It looked god awful on the clips,
TV
the
spots and the
trailers.
trailers?
Yeah, but in the theater, looked good. Like it was. But from what I could see last night on it, it looked better to me. So they had to have done something. Like, clean it up for the Blu-ray release. Do something. I don't know. But
I'm
again,
gonna have
that
to
could
look
have
into
just been the clips that I saw online from it. But
You said the word Blu-ray. I am now 3 movies behind in the MCU.
Buddy.
I should have bought them when I had the chance, when I had the money, and now I'm broken. I can't.
buddy, I gave up on that.
I
I started and then I just
I was thinking about this like last night. Like, I will be buying Fast X when it hits Blu-ray. It's because I have literally all the others on Blu-ray. But the MCU, I have the last one I bought was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I haven't bought Thor: Love and Thunder, though that one was partially just my bitterness towards it. Black Panther, and now Ant-Man and the Wasp, which just came out Tuesday. So
it got so hard to keep up with buying them for me. Like, if you're not buying them as they come out and you get behind, like that's 30, 60, 90, 120 if you get 4 movies behind. So I was like, oh man. On the newer ones anyway. And some of the older ones are hard to find now unless you're going like uh, collectible hunting, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of collecting and Blu-rays and shit, I showed you my wall a minute ago.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna have a steelbook to buy next month.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Like, regardless of what it looks like, I'm gonna have to buy the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. I'm still mad I haven't bought any of that shit for that.
Hey, it looks good though. I would say I will.
I want the House of the Dragon steelbook.
Yeah, that's another one too.
I know The Last of Us is getting one.
Let's see. Nope, it is too.
Comes out in June, I think.
Yeah, let's see.
But while you're bringing that up, what were your thoughts on King the Conqueror?
I enjoyed King for what it was, for what he was, because people forget this wasn't our first interaction with him per se. Because everything that happened in Loki.
I say technically that wasn't Kang, but technically it was.
Exactly.
But I know the question surrounding Kang in this movie is like Kang's debuting in Ant-Man. How is Ant-Man going to stand a chance against Kang? And the answer is he's not at full power.
Yeah.
His power got cut.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stand a chance. Which I say this about the Ant-Man movies in general. They don't get the love they deserve. They are just fun. Like same thing with Fast and Furious. Like they're fun. They're not Endgame or No Way Home level, but they're a good time.
Yeah. I say that the only. And maybe it's just me, and maybe where I just watched it last night. One of my main gripes with that movie, and I don't remember having it so much with the other two, was is it me, or did it seem like they just made Scott seem kind of stupid in some situations? Like, not his normal, like, he's goofy, funny, all that, but there's some situations in that, and I was like...
He's a bridge Goku?
Yes, or Super Goku. I'm like, really?
Yeah. I can see that.
Just coming strictly from, the other two, which... the first one, he literally was getting introduced to the tech. Second one, they were... I don't remember much about the second one, to be honest with you.
I remember there were ants.
Yep.
That's about as far as my knowledge goes.
Yep. I wish...
Which further, proves my point. These movies are underrated and underappreciated and don't get the love they deserve.
Yep. Let's see. I wish I could find a better clipping of that, but for those in the know, this is the big thing for it.
Yes. Here's my problem with this. Are you able to scroll?
Yeah.
Scroll down. Right there. Every single one of those dinosaur models are from Jurassic World. The T-Rex is from Fallen Kingdom. The Triceratops is from Jurassic World, and the Dilophosaurus is from Dominion. The Brachiosaur actually looks like the Brachiosaur from Jurassic Park, but the other three are from the World movies. So, kind of takes me out of those, but I still want them. My
Well,
parental
in
work
Jurassic
demands
Park,
do.
Nate.
The Jurassic World.
Yeah,
They
that was
dove
it.
into the micro world to find Pym's wife. Yeah. That's about as far as I know. From sketch to screen, I want that book.
Yeah, it'd be good. It's the film cell replica.
I want that one because that's one of my my that's my favorite shot for the
So
movie.
are they? So what? They're two separate
I
still
don't know.
books,
We
or
don't
how
know.
are they doing that?
Like nothing has officially been revealed. Like I don't know which one's which. I think there might be two separate ones. Which, if case, fuck. But I feel like nothing has been officially announced about this though, because this could be like a fan made thing. But yeah, it's definitely a fan made because look at the second disc down there. It's just the T-Rex's foot in the mud. Like that's this is all fake stuff. At least I think. Because I feel like if this was official, it one probably look a little bit better, but two would just be more prominent, in terms of like just seeing the posts on social media.
Yeah, because it's on a whatever country's listing for Amazon. They
Yeah,
have that image on, so I don't know.
I mean, I've seen that image all over the place, but I don't think anything has been officially said about it.
Yeah. Because we get that it's June, right? It's the 30th for this.
June 11th.
Yep, June.
June 11th.
I'll say you're more up to date on the dates for that than I would be.
Movie came out June
I'm
11th,
just like-
1993.
I'm just like, yep, 30 years. I know that, which is crazy to think about. That's one of the other things for it, but we'll see what happens with it. See if they do anything good.
What I want, because this one has been officially announced, is we are getting ports of the Super Nintendo games.
Yep, I did
And
see that.
And I believe they also have the Game Boy games included in that. My question is, are the Sega Genesis games included?
Ooh,
Or even the PlayStation?
the PlayStation ones. That would be good. Oh man,
Regardless, you know who's going to be streaming. That was the one of them.
Yeah,
I don't care.
hey, that'd be worth it though. I don't
Because
remember
I've never played the Super Nintendo game.
Oh,
I've seen videos of it, but I've never played it myself.
I don't remember the PlayStation one that much. What?
There was Warpath Jurassic Park, which was the dinosaur fighting game. And there was, I want to say, the Lost World Jurassic Park had a PlayStation release as well.
I think it did.
It was on Sega Genesis and PlayStation.
Because I remember if it was that or...
Can we get all the way up to PS2 and get Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, please?
Ooh.
Give me the original Jurassic World Evolution.
The original? Yes.
The one I've never played, because I can never find it. And then my parents just wouldn't get it for me.
Well, that's fair.
And now I just haven't bought it myself because I'm lame.
It's all good. It's one of those things. So they had so many from that era. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I'm sure there'll be some cool stuff. They haven't said when the celebrations are going to be for it, have they?
They haven't said anything about it. Like, all we know, like, there's been a few things pop up here and there, but for the most part, like, the overall reaction and the overall, like, everyone's excitement for this is just so under the radar. It's depressing.
Yeah.
Like, there's there's nothing being said. Like, there's no word on, like, theatrical re-releases. There's no... Yeah, we're gonna have a big conference, like a big panel for Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, are
It's
they
like
not gonna... Do you think we'll get any new movie updates, or is it too soon for that?
No, I think we'll... The hope was that at Jurassic Park 30, like JP 30, there was going to be a big conference, just kind of celebrating the movie's release, with the cast and crew of the original movie. Just interviews, behind the scenes looks, theatrical re-release, and then like a big panel, discussing the future of the Jurassic franchise. But no, there's been nothing.
Yeah.
I can see us getting some sort of announcement for the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me wanting it, I guess.
No, I'm still on board with your idea. Like, if they were going to do anything, that's the way to go with it.
Which one?
A Max miniseries remaking of the book style.
Yeah. I mean, considering how well received The Last of Us was.
Yeah, it's one of the things,
because people forget, or people don't realize because they haven't read the book. When Jurassic Park first came out, I want to say '89. I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
No, because those some of those book scenes.
90.
Ooh,
90.
I would love to see those adapted.
Jurassic Park is not a kid's book. There is nothing about this book that says, "Oh, this is for kids." It is dark. It is violent. It is gory. It is disturbing. I'm not complaining because, obviously I was able to grow up with Jurassic Park. But when you look at the source material, like, it is night and day different.
It is. That's true.
And while, on one hand, I want them to continue the Jurassic franchise just because I want more Jurassic Park, gimme. I would not be opposed to a full-on TV show reboot. Well, reboot as a TV show that is a horror show that follows the book verbatim, that goes through the story of Jurassic Park and the Lost World.
Mm-hmm.
Because the books, they have elements that are similar to the movies, but they're completely different. For example, in Jurassic Park, the book, there's 2 T-Rexes.
Yep.
There's 2 T-Rexes.
2. Double the monstrosity.
Granted, one of them was a juvenile, kind of like in the process of like still growing, but still there was 2 T-Rexes. And the T-Rex was seen a lot more.
Yeah, there's some more from it.
So,
that's some stuff to look forward to. Maybe we'll see what they do.
I'm excited.
There is, speaking of things, there's also one next week. Are you seeing this movie next week?
Little Mermaid? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I downloaded the soundtrack.
Oh, did you now?
And listened to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Also, I was wrong. No, actually, I was not wrong. That is this week.
Well, yeah, technically this week.
I start my weeks on Sunday, so.
That's fair. I don't start my week till Monday, but
I don't have to be a week till Monday. The soundtrack was pretty good.
Now they've done some remake and then adding in some new stuff, or what was the?
I'm hoping the visuals make it better and the scene better in the movie. I was not impressed by Under the Sea. The performance was just mid. Like he's a great singer, but the way they did this, Haley sings with him, like as kind of like backing vocals or something, and her voice is very prominent above his, and it was a little on the jarring side. That being said, Haley's singing. I think it's Haley. No, it might be. No, it's Halle Bailey. It's Hallie. It's Hallie. She's got part of your world reprise, and she's got a new song. Ariel, her new song for Ariel for the first time. Phenomenal. The new song for Eric was pretty good. Melissa McCarthy. Poor Unfortunate Souls. Damn.
That good?
Damn. I'm saying this as someone who there's not a movie Melissa McCarthy has been in that I've liked. I am ready to see her as Ursula. And I feel like my dislike for Melissa McCarthy is not her fault. It's just the movies she's been in. Because none of them I've really cared for. Then again, I just haven't seen a lot of her movies, but the movies that I've seen,
she had a couple of movies.
Or the trailers for movies that she's been in, just like, they don't do anything for me.
Yeah, she had some of the
But
good
she
movies.
is amazing as Ursula.
Because this one is... Because, well, yes and no, like with Lion King, I know this is not going to be a shot for shot. Because I think they're adding in way too much stuff for it.
You want to know what they changed? Like, they completely changed the story. They completely changed Ariel's reason for wanting to become a human. Which, I prefer this.
Because, I'm not going to be shy about it. Lion King was my jam as a kid. Like, Little Mermaid was good, but it was never
there
like...
to be shy about? The Lion King is my favorite Disney movie of all time, and my second favorite movie of all time. Which is ironic.
I know,
really
that's what I'm saying. We talk about those Disney movies from that era, like...
no, please be proud.
Little Mermaid was... It was never, like, me. Like, Lion King...
I always preferred Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, not Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Rescuers Down Under, that kind of stuff. Little Mermaid just never really did anything for me. That being said, I always enjoyed Ursula, like that character.
Mm-hmm.
And like that song and her death scene. So I can't wait to see how they do that.
It'll be good.
Because if you've seen the TV spots, the ship is there. Like, there's a shot of him on the wrecked ship, like kind of steering it on the waves. So they're gonna do it. I just want to see how.
They're gonna do it, man. It'll be great.
But yeah, the music, like I like the music. Like, I'm excited to see this movie. I think Hallie's just gonna destroy it. She's gonna do so good.
Yeah, they've never really. I've never had an issue with most of the or any really of the songs from those movies for any of the Disney stuff. They're usually pretty good for the most part. They're catchy,
What, for the Little Mermaid?
No, just any of them, like for the Disney era, because they all had songs in that era.
Oh, the 90s
for the
era?
most. Yeah, most of them.
Excuse me, the Renaissance era, because that's what it was called.
Yeah. Renaissance 90s,
Speaking of, I need to redo that.
Dude, I still that era of those, and I still have a couple of them, but those VHS tapes for those, like the covers and stuff, those were my favorite ones.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Because they weren't just slide out cases; they were like actual fold open. They had the nice cover art. I miss those days.
I miss a lot of things about the 90s.
They were good for sure. Even some of the non-movies had that. So like the Rugrats, their like actual volume cassettes had those.
Wait, it had what? The slipping case?
No, the open case. Some of theirs had that.
I've always ever seen like the episodic releases, like the cartoon TV shows. They always had like the slipcase.
Yeah,
like,
some
like,
of those
the
did.
VHS slides out of it.
Digimon was another one that had those. Like
okay, I did have a Digimon one. You say that, I do remember that.
They had those. Pokemon with slip cases, except for the movies. I think they had the open up ones like that.
Yeah. The Dragon DBZ,
Ball
the movies had
had
the open
those.
cases, but
Yes.
the episodes had the slip cases.
That was also one of my first experiences with the uncut because the cooler one had an uncut on it, and I was like, "Uncut? Wait a
What
minute."
does this mean uncut?
But
Did
no,
someone mess up my movie?
they had those. I don't remember where those stopped. I think the last one.
VHSs?
I think Super
Second
Android 13
No,
was the
Second
last
Coming.
one. Was it?
Second Coming. Are
I
we
didn't know
talking
it
about
went
the
that far.
VHS? Are we talking about the VHS releases?
The open the big ones.
I am convinced it's Second Coming.
Hmm.
Because I had the Second Coming VHS and there was one of those.
Okay. Well, was it? I was saying.
And I
'Cause I
don't
remember-
I don't remember seeing one for BioBoy.
Yeah, Bio Broly or Wrath of the Dragon would have been. Oh, Fusion, Fusion
Reborn.
Reborn. I kept saying Unborn.
You're
It's
thinking
like, wait.
Unbound because of BoJack.
Man. But no, those.
I remember when BoJack Unbound came out on VHS. Grandma was going to Walmart, and I was like, "If you see a movie, could you get it for me?" And she got it and got the VHS, and my VHS had the uncut line of Trunks when he was fighting Kogu. Whoa! What the hell are you?
No.
I'm like, and I looked down. I had the uncut VHS. I was like, what?
Yep, the uncut. Ooh man, there was a. So, my mom and my stepdad at the time, when I was younger, this was like years and years ago, they got me the. They bought me 2 VHS sets for Dragon Ball on eBay. Okay.
I got a story about this, but continue.
Yeah. So we got them, and I got them for Christmas, birthday, something I don't remember because my birthday's super close to Christmas, so I can't remember what order they came in. But they weren't anything bad or anything like that.
Okay.
But what they were freaking actual fan subs from the 90s with the actual, like, the televised Japan broadcast. Had the Japanese commercials, had everything.
Oh,
I was like, oh.
Oh, that's great.
Because I put those in, I was like, what?
So, it had to have been middle school. There was a website called half.com. It was essentially an eBay website, but you could buy VHSs for like $3.
Half.com.
Oh, it's no longer a thing. You type in half.com, it just goes straight to eBay. Because I just checked it. I had done some work around the house, and I had earned some allowance. And she ordered me 3 VHSs. Both of them were in the Saiyan Saga because I hadn't seen them.
Oh boy.
The first one was Arrival.
Okay.
Like the first one. So it had the first 4 episodes of DBZ. So I could finally see Raditz. And then the other one was, I think it was Showdown, was Goku versus Vegeta.
That sounds right.
And I can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, so
Well,
these are
anyway.
the ocean dub ones, right?
Arrival came in the open case.
Yep.
Showdown came in the slip case. Arrival was also done in a way. It didn't have the episode breaks. It didn't have the opening and endings.
What?
It flowed through like like the first 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Z were done as a movie.
Really?
Like there was no, like next time on Dragon Ball Z, there was no opening between each episode. There was no episode titles. It was just straight through, and it was essentially a movie. And I remember like, what? And I never figured out why, because Showdown, was the normal episodic thing.
Yeah, normal there. I'm
But-
trying to think of how the layout was for those, as far as the Ocean Dub singles, because it's been a hot minute
I don't
since
remember.
I've seen them. Because I remember got Rock the Dragon, but I don't remember I don't remember who was narrating or if it had narration for the opening and closing.
Hold on.
No, it did have a narrator, but it wasn't Kyle. It was another guy.
Wait, why does this say Funimation?
For what?
I want to send you a link because I think this is the VHS I had.
So they redid.
But if you look at this VHS, it's got the Funimation logo on it. But this is totally the one I had. Only, oh my god, I see your name and I have to go look.
What do you have?
$7.50 per VHS. Wow.
Oh man, things turned into.
But that's the one I had. That's the one I had.
Yeah, Funimation was probably still one of the distributors for it. Honestly,
But they weren't dubbing it at the time.
no, they weren't. But they did a lot of distribution back then too.
Oh, okay. And then they decided they wanted it, and bada boom.
Hey, that is the biggest gamble they ever took. I swear. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
it worked out well for them.
But when I tell you, when I first watched Arrival, the voices for the characters completely threw me off. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was a big portion of it.
Like, why does everyone sound so weird and different? Because at the time, I didn't understand, the difference between Ocean Dub and Funimation, because I was in, like, 6th, 7th grade. Maybe even, like, further back than that.
Yeah. No, they had them in there, so that's really nice. Because that's the problem. If you try to collect the singles for them, there's that split that you can never, like, you'll always have to deal with it from the whatever episode that was. I think was it the Ginyu Force episode?
Ginyu Force is when Funimation first got it.
Yeah, or Captain Ginyu, that split. Like you get to that point, and then like because the singles for Funimation just don't exist in for VHS. I think the couple of them exist on DVD because they tried to do.
Wait, you talking about the Ginyu Saga?
From the beginning. So
from Namek?
Well, from Sam. Let me.
Because also I'm waiting on Strix to just come in. There we go, talking about Dragon Ball again. But I know Namek Saga was its own thing, and then Funimation started at the Ginyu Saga.
They did, but they went back and did some of them, but I don't know if they did all of them. So
obviously they redubbed the whole series eventually, but in terms of like the individual releases, like the VHSs, they didn't do those.
well, they did some of the DVDs. So if I pull it up, essentially, it's this here.
Oh, those!
These sets were the attempt at redoing those.
I do remember these. Yeah,
I don't think.
VHSs.
No, DVD. As I say.
Yeah, that seller is where I get all my VHSs, my DVDs.
Yeah. So I don't
So
think
I would save this seller as, you know, I would save the seller because you see the collection they have.
well, I'm not signed in, so
Well, I'm just saying. But yeah, I do vaguely remember these.
yeah. So those were their attempt at them, but I don't think they got. I don't think they did all of it. I think those stopped because this was, if I'm right on the timeline of release, they started these and then they just said screw it, and that's when we got the orange bricks. I think is how that happened.
These came out in 2005. When did the orange bricks start?
I think that's right when they started.
How about you not just type it?
Yeah, I think they were right around that time. Had to be right near it. Because I know it wasn't '04. I'm pretty sure they didn't come out then. But
Hold on.
it's hard to find when they originally released it.
Season 1 was 2007.
2001? Okay, so yeah, they didn't get too far into it then. Because that was back in the era of when they would release one, you'd wait a few months, then they'd start advertising a new one and be boom boom. So did that, and the level sets, that was another one that they were going to do, and that would have been the
which
best
ones?
Blu-ray. The level sets, those would have been the best Blu-ray sets they've ever done, but they only did 2 of them.
What are Dragon Ball level sets?
The best of the best.
Okay. I remember seeing those covers.
Well, so it would have been the best ones they ever did on that. But yeah, no, nothing like a good old Dragon Ball tangent for the episode. Wouldn't be the same without them.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, it just bleeds into our personalities and nostalgia. Honestly,
It's almost like we're fans of the series.
Yep, that was good.
I still need to get the full Blu-ray sets, like collection.
I do have those, thankfully.
They were on sale for like $80 like last month, and I just didn't jump on them.
Yeah, I got those when they
I've got
were,
3 of them. I've got seasons 1, 2, and 3, so I don't need like the full box set. I just need 4 through 9.
What I really like about those is the front covers bleed together. That was
Mhm.
one of the reasons I actually like those.
Plus, it's the original like ratio format of what we grew up with.
Yeah, it's I don't know. And then they tried to trick me, and they were like, "Hey, we got more steelbooks," and I'm like, "No, don't do this to me."
You sure you don't want the steel book?
Oh man, I think the only person I know that bought those was
Nick.
Nick. Yep, he bought them. It's the only person I know that bought those. I think
They were cool steel books. I'm not gonna lie, but
they were. Now I do have the all of the movies and specials on Steelbook for the original run. Those are good. It goes up.
all I have is the collections that they came.
Now, say now I do have those.
I'll tell you what I thought about doing for the longest time because I have them. Taking out seasons. Hold on, let me look this up.
Hold
Hold on, let me look this
Gotta
up.
figure out what is something to look at.
I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and try to get this because it's only. I think it's 5 DVDs.
What are you
I
gonna get?
have the. I don't know if you remember when I had these. They're up in the barn. I might actually swap them out. I have the original DVD release of like we were talking about the individual releases, the episodic release as. I have from the full World Tournament saga, like Goten and Trunks.
Yeah.
I have from that saga all the way to the end of Z on DVD, all of it in its entirety.
Ooh, that's
And
a
I
good
thought
find to get.
it was a journey. Hell, and I have Android, Perfect Cell, and Imperfect Cell sagas as well.
Now, see, I had
But
most of those.
finding the trunks is so hard because there's one of them. Forget what the DVD is called. Troubled Youth or something like that. It's the second DVD. Which, by the
Yeah.
way, the covers on those were backwards. Volume 1, like I feel like those covers should have been wrong, but anyway, one of them has like there's a very rare 5-episode DVD that includes Goku's driving lesson
Okay.
because that episode wasn't on all of them.
I think I had the VHS for that.
Then you have a rare collector's item
Because it had
because that
so
episode
it had all the Trunks stuff, and then it had
the history of Trunks. So you had
well,
that. So you had that box set.
well, no, I don't know if I had the box set. I had the maybe I did. I don't know. I think it was because it had the history of Trunks,
And
and
the
then
two
the Z
VHSs.
Warriors Prepare or whatever. I think was the actual naming cassette of that. Or was that the name of the episode?
Original home release. Here we go. Trunks. There's. Oh. So then 3. There was. Okay, this is weird.
Yeah. It's
Okay, so
always
volume. Hold on. Volumes 33 through 34 / 35 featured episodes 103 through 108 / 110, and were released in September 2020. Note: Volume 34 / 35 was reprinted to include episodes 109 and 110, and was relabeled volumes 34 / 35 to reflect the change. So yeah, the original release featured the 3 VHSs, but one VHS only had 2 episodes.
Okay, so yeah, that sounds right.
Here, I'll show you. I'll send you what I'm looking at.
As if it's the one that.
Okay, let me look at this because I don't like what I see about. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Go away. Volume 52. So the one for the cell game had covers, and I hate that the DVDs that I'm seeing now only have the one with Adele doing doing the Kamehameha. Because there was another one of like Goku fighting Cell on the cover, and that's the VHS I had. But yeah.
Yeah. So I had for the
There's 5. Okay, I need to get those.
so for the Cell games, I had all of these VHS ones except for the Ultimatum one. I could never find it anywhere.
Ultimatum? Huh.
For the Cell games, it's the one with Gohan and Goku coming out of the time chamber.
Yeah.
I could never
Yeah.
find that one anywhere.
eBay, my guy.
Well, I wasn't shopping on
back
eBay as a
then,
kid.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
I'd go to Walmart or wherever, try to find them. And I remember, let's see, did they have it on that tape? I'll never forget, because I didn't know it at the time, when I got the what was the naming of that case?
Which one?
Oh, so the New Beginning, the last one. When I got that, I didn't know that was the last one. So the one with Goku and Oob on the cover.
Oh yeah.
And I was watching it, yada yada. And they get to the last one,
They get
the
to like the final
narration, and the narrator's like, I think it was on the opening. They're like, find out today on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, oh, wait, what?
What do you mean the last episode? What do you mean the last episode?
Yeah, and that was I don't know. I had. See, I can't remember because the Kid Buu ones, I had all of those. I still have the Price of Victory. I think that's the one I have that is actually signed by a couple of them. I think that's the one I got signed because it was the one I had closest. So that one's not going anywhere. I always hated how they split the things into the different sagas, but they were all like a big saga, but they split them up.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's like where's the logic for this? Like, why is this perfect cell, imperfect cell? And
yeah, they knew what they
Android,
were doing.
but I don't know.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
I'm looking at some of these VHSs now because I need 5 of them.
Well, some of them I found. A couple of them that I hadn't ever found, I got at a GameStop on Christmas when they actually still sold DVDs and stuff.
I forgot that was a thing.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
I forgot that was a thing that happened.
Oh yeah, it was a thing. I would have hated to have lived in that era. Oh man.
No, you would have hated to have worked at GameStop at that point.
Yeah, I'd like to trade in my Dragon Ball DVD.
Instead, there's a store here called Game Exchange that does that, and
Yeah.
I hated working. I liked working there, but I hated the DM because he hated everyone.
Yeah, and then I liked the GT covers too because they were a thing that happened.
Yeah, like they were unique enough, and I've heard some people say they're just lazy, like art design. Like, no, not really.
No, I liked them. They were good, but that was one of the main things for them. You found them.
I wish I could get the original GT individuals. Because episode 1 skips the first 16. And I like that recap, and then it just goes right into, the general Rildo stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because episodes 1 through 16 just didn't. They weren't great.
Oh man. Then you had the redo when they did them. What was it, the Lost episode or something?
The Lost episodes, and that was just okay. There's 3. Crap. Oh, hold on. I like how we're just casually.
Just going, chilling. Hey.
Just. I'm currently on eBay looking for the DVDs that I need for my collection.
That's one of the main things.
4. Okay, so. God damn.
Yeah, get them eventually. I remember the Vegito covers were my favorite for the Fusion Saga.
Mm-hmm. My favorite was what was it called? Heroes Return. Oh, Returns. It was the one with Boo holding up Gohan.
Yeah. I remember that one.
But
The Vegito cover was good, and then the Internal Struggle is a very misleading cover.
it is. It is.
Like, oh, they're gonna be flying, or nope, that is not what happened.
Nope. Let's see. I had the entire Fusion Saga, but I remember getting Fusion for the first time, like Ambush. Don't mind me, I'm actually looking at the list of DVDs.
Yeah, Ambush was good. The losing battle with Gotenks on the cover, that was a fun one.
Listen, Super Boo vs. Gotenks is an underappreciated fight, I think. As much as I hate Gotenks, that fight was fun.
Yeah. And they actually put the freaking Otherworld tournament in Great Saiyaman, technically.
Yeah.
It's confused me all to hell.
A series of fights that don't get the... I say this a lot, but if there is a fight that does not get the acknowledgement and the love that it deserves, it is Goku versus Pikkon.
It's a good one. It's one of my favorite ones, just because it's actually...
I know a lot of people are like, well, it's not canon, so it doesn't matter.
It's not, but it's one of the... looking at you, Super, it's a fight where Goku uses his head to win. And I'm not saying literally he uses his head. No, he actually thinks.
No, he did that against Piccolo.
What is that? He literally thinks of a way to win. And he also does something that confused the hell out of me.
Wait, which one?
There's one thing in that fight, and I was like, why did we never use this on sale?
Oh, the Super Kaioken?
Yeah.
Because, listen, we know why Goku didn't really try against Cell.
Yeah. Or just in general, after that, I was like,
because he got Super Saiyan 3, he didn't need anything else.
I know. I was like, this is an option that they could have done?
It looks so cool!
Oh, you better believe it, because I was so confused. And then the other portion of that was
that was just something he learned in the other world after Cell, but looking back, no, he probably knew how to do that, he just didn't.
Or the first part of that fight, well, not the fight, but the first part of that arc where they're in hell.
And Pikkon just solos all of them?
Well, not that. When Goku powers up, but he's Super Saiyan, but not, because they colored it backwards because they didn't want Pikkon to see what a Super Saiyan was. I was like...
He went full Super Saiyan like a Lord Slug? Because he had the aura, but...
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that, and I was like, Goku, you're still in normal form, buddy. Oh man.
I just remember like the whole. Wait a second. If Goku had so much trouble fighting Cell, then how did Pikkon solo Cell, Frieza, and the Ginyu Force and Cold?
Yeah. He got him. He got him good.
I think Goku went like toe to toe with him. It's like, so was Goku not trying the entire time? Granted, at this point, the Ginyus and Frieza probably were nothing to him, so that makes sense.
Yep.
Cell, they just had this fight, and then he gets like one shot. Like, what?
Yeah, that or I liked Pikkon and Oweebu's fight. That was good.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole series of fights was like just come on, man. And then Goku's fight with what's his name? The fish guy.
Oh, Aqua or whatever his name was.
I think his name was Aqua.
Yeah, I don't know. Turned the ring into a water tank or whatever. Goku versus the giant caterpillar thing, which tickled him.
Yeah.
He only won that fight because he went into his metamorphosis. Oh man, I forgot about it. It's like, I'd say
have about 10,000 years. Yeah, I'm not waiting for that. Goku wins.
What is he? It'd be funny if he did turn into something awesome.
He shows up for the Tournament of Power.
Oh man,
I don't want to make jokes about that.
that'd be interesting, but no. I was trying to think what else we had in there. Before we get too far off onto the tangent, what else do I have written there? Jedi Survivor. How are you liking that? I'm loving it.
I hate it.
I hate parts of it because it's ridiculous. But
I struggled so hard on a puzzle the other night.
oh, don't say that! Don't say that!
What? You're probably farther ahead than me now.
No, I'm not.
Are you not?
No, I just finished up the moon thing and going back to Jeddah. So
Oh. Okay.
yeah.
You're gonna
And
have
then-
fun later on.
Then OBS crapped out, so I was like, all right, I'm done for the day.
That's not like
I did get the heavy saber finally. I kind of like it, but I don't. I don't
too
know.
slow. It's too slow for me. It's useful against like the shield guys, and, like the bigger enemies, but it's too damn slow.
Yep.
That being said, I prefer it over the others. Like I have single blade and crossguard. That's the
same
two that
way.
I use.
Oh man, I like the dual wield and then the
Double blade.
no, not the double blade, the saber blaster combo. I actually like the saber blaster.
I-
I know a lot of people don't,
yeah,
but
I'm one
I
of
think
those
it's pretty
that don't.
cool. Mainly because I just found this out the other day. The customization on the blaster is actually really cool. It's almost as crazy as the
I did some
lightsaber.
customization on it, but I got the crossguard and it was gone. Like pistol, so uncivilized.
Ah, no, Cal's packing the heat now, man. He's got a blaster, a
From
lightsaber.
what I've seen, he brings some heat later. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
As far as like the customization's so good. Like my lightsaber is like black with like a little bit of like blue in there. I'm
Yeah.
using Obi-Wan's lightsaber coat.
There's one thing I want to do once I get through it, and I don't know if you've seen this or not, but just for the customization, have you seen what's part of the new game plus?
Oh, I've seen it. Like where every time you use lightsaber, like it changes colors.
Oh no. I was just talking about in the new game plus app, you get the you can get red as a color.
Oh.
Yes, I need that now.
I hate that you have to do New Game Plus to unlock that because you can get
I
that pretty early on in Jedi Fallen Order. And I know a lot of people went through the game with red.
Yeah. It really changes some things, though.
Especially with what I know about the story moving forward. I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, man. I can't wait to find out what happens in it. It's been
You
good.
might want to hold off on that.
Oh, I'll get to it eventually.
Everything that was good about the first game, has been improved upon in the best way possible in this game. The lightsaber customization, like the weapon, the BD, all the customizations, so good, so good. Outfits, I want them to add, just the standard Jedi tunic, like not the one with the robe, but like like their standard or so tunic.
Yeah, that would be
Or
nice.
maybe some other outfits that were used in the series up to this point, at some point, or whatever. But I like it. Like it's fun. It's
Yeah. Oh, I gotta hear your reaction on this too, just because we talked about it some last night. For those in the audience, if you've seen Fast X or any newer movies, there was a movie in the trailers called Asteroid City. And before I say anything about it, let me tell you who's in this movie. Tom Hanks, Margot Robbie, Scarlett Johansson, Edward Norton, Bryan Cranston, Steve Carell, Willem Dafoe, to name a few. And Nate, I want to ask you, what the hell is this movie about?
Aliens. Supposedly aliens.
That
He told me
that
about
cast.
he told me about this movie last night, and I didn't know shit about it. He was like, just look up Asteroid City. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Holy shit, that cast.
Yeah.
And then I went to watch the trailer, and I'm just like, this was me the entire time watching the trailer.
I was like, wait a minute, what the hell?
And so I sent him a message like, what the fuck was that trailer?
Yeah, you'd think with a cast that big, you'd get something crazy, which doesn't really.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But it just. Wow.
Which you know who I'm surprised isn't in this movie, given who is creating it. I think that's got to be a first.
Wait. Who are you thinking about? No, seriously. I think you're confusing him with someone else.
Am I?
Are you thinking Mila Jovovich?
Yes.
That's
Paul Wes Anderson.
yeah. That's Paul S. Anderson. This is Wes Anderson. This is someone different.
See. Okay. Well, maybe that's why then. Yeah, Paul would never get all these people in a movie.
God no. The movie is considered a science fiction romantic comedy drama. In 1955, students and parents from across the country gather for scholarly competition, rest, recreation, comedy, drama, and romance at a junior stargazer convention held in a fictional American desert town. This movie looks stupid.
It looks stupid.
Oh, you forgot to mention the best name in this, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Goldblum being in this.
And like half of these actors weren't even in that trailer.
Oh, no, I didn't even see you did a hydration and a stretch. Gotcha.
Better hike.
Oh man, but yeah, no, the casting
that
for
was-
that movie. Oh man, because I saw that trailer and I was like, what?
I don't know how he got that cast, but that cast is just.
Yeah, Tom Hanks too. So
It's so stacked, but nothing about that movie looks good.
I don't know.
At least to me personally. Like we know the weird movies I watch.
Movie sounds fun. Hey, if you're about it, go check it out. It just looks. The trailer did nothing for me. I was like,
Same.
what? That was there.
It feels like the trailer feels like it was 4 or 5 different movies at once.
It really did. That was something I took away from
So
it.
I feel like this movie is going to have. You know, there's movies that tell like little mini short stories.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what this movie's going to be.
It could be.
It's just a collection of like little mini stories in like one big movie, and then they all merge at the very end.
I think it could be something like that. Age of Tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. That would be interesting. I don't know. We'll see what it does. There's a couple other things in there for mine. I know you said you all only got 2.
Yeah, because the theater I go to sucks ass.
We had Oppenheimer. I'm actually curious about that somewhat. I know you said those aren't your style of things, but I like
Plus-
the historical biopic type things.
Plus, it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he does okay things.
I'm
and that's-
automatically not interested just because his name's attached to the movie. I'm sorry.
Is this because of Batman, or is there something else there?
Yeah.
No, just because of Batman. I say because you didn't like Interstellar. Yeah, I think it's Interstellar.
I didn't
Right.
watch Interstellar. I didn't watch Inception.
You know what? Inception's good.
Yeah, what was the movie? He did Deception as well. The Magician movie with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale.
Oh, I forgot that was a movie. That
And when I
happened.
tell you that movie confused the shit out of me growing up.
Yeah. There were 2 movies that came out about no less than 5 video games. Said what? wait, what? What did you say about video games that you
I don't
loved?
remember. What are we talking about? What am I in trouble for? But,
Yeah, no.
oh, the games that just confused the shit out of me. Like, listen, I watched, what was it, Deception, and at the end of it, I'm like, what? I think Hugh Jackman also played it. I don't want to play it, it looks bad. And now one of those games is one of my favorite games ever.
There were 2 movies that came out around this time. The Deception, and there was another one that I always got them confused. Cause
I know what you're talking about. Prestige.
Prestige, yes, that was the... And I always got them confused so much. I was like, what? Or is it The Prestige? Yeah, because the stupid
Prestige
covers
is what I
look-
was thinking about. Prestige is the one I was thinking about. So I just did the same thing.
Well, yeah, the stupid covers look almost the same.
The Prestige is the one I was thinking about. Scarlett Johansson, Michael Caine, I remember that.
Yeah,
David Bowie
Prestige.
as Nikola Tesla. I remember that. I do remember that.
Prestige, Deception. Well, hell, Deception had Hugh Jackman and Ewan McGregor. I'm curious about that. Because I don't
Alternate
remember.
ending? What?
What is this?
Erotic thriller? Nope.
What is this? I Am Legend, alternate ending.
But no, The Prestige is the one I was thinking about. Never mind.
Yeah, because those 2 movies, they
My
look
bad.
similar, but I don't know. It's just, as we had that,
Night,
and
night. Better go take a nap. Hope you feel better.
oh man, night. Hope you get to sleep, or if you get your nap, because I hate it when you go to take a nap, then you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I can't go back to sleep now. I hate that when that happens.
And then you go to bed at 8 o'clock and then you wake up at 9 o'clock.
Yep, that's one. So think of anything from. We got Mission Impossible. I'm like, looks the same to me.
It's Mission Impossible.
I didn't even know they were coming out with another one this year.
I knew
so.
Wait, is it this year?
Yep, it's July.
Wait. We've only got one trailer for that movie. And we're just now getting it, and it comes out in 2 months. That bodes well for the movie.
Yeah, it was on it was on mine because I hadn't seen anything about it at all.
I knew
Like,
it was coming. I know it's a 2-parter, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm like, oh no. Nah, because I don't remember what the last one of those they did. The last one I actually liked was Ghost Protocol. That was the last Mission Impossible movie I watched, I think. That might have been the last one they did.
I feel like that might have been the last one.
Or maybe there were
No,
other
the
ones.
last one was Fallout.
Yeah, see, I don't remember that.
Oh, no, Ghost Protocol came out in 2011.
Oh,
It was
good
Rogue
lord.
Nation, Fallout, which Fallout is the one that has Henry Cavill in it.
Yeah.
Him and his big ass mustache.
See, those movies, I never hated them, but I was just like, okay, cool.
That thing.
Because I was never a big Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise.
guy. Like, yeah, I like some of his stuff, but
I like The Last Samurai.
Let's see. Oh, and that's why I like Ghost Protocol. So it had Cruz, Simon Pegg's always in them. Ghost Protocol had Jeremy Renner in it. So maybe that's why I like that one.
Yeah. And he never showed up again, and a lot of people were pissed about it or something.
Yeah. So it was a thing.
Why
But,
don't you bring back Jeremy Renner? Like, good question, Tom. Why don't you?
yeah, that's a good one. Then we get Indiana Jones. His first reactions are out, and it's got a 4.2, I think.
You know what we were talking about earlier about the reviews and reception to
Yep.
people? That makes me nervous about this one.
Now, I think
Like,
that one.
I saw a post earlier that the actress in this movie is just so boring, and I'm like, don't say that. She's supposed to play the.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Listen, as long as the movie's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I'm okay.
Oh, man.
As long as it's better than that, I'll consider it a win.
You can't top Refrigerator Nuke.
Or Shia LaBeouf trying to reenact Tarzan.
Oh, that was a thing too, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the rope. More like the Nope rope.
That.
And they used a freaking albino for that too. That was weird.
Yeah, so we got a couple of random things coming out for that because that comes out.
Next month. At the end of
I
next
guess
month.
Mission Impossible's coming out. I'm just talking about things coming. Transformers.
I'm excited for Transformers. Man.
Yeah, that's
Like,
another
I'm
one.
excited for Transformers.
Curious about it.
Flash.
Flash, which I don't know. That's a topic. It is for sure. Like I said, I'm probably in the camp of like our friend Leota. I'll go see it, but you know, like
It's not because of Ezra, it's because of Michael Keaton.
Keaton's still in it.
Affleck's
in it. So yeah,
I
like I
like
said,
the actress who's playing Supergirl. I'm really liking what I see of her so far.
and on the flip side of things, to talk about reviews, this is odd because this is a case where everybody's like, greatest thing ever. So,
Wait, saying that's the greatest thing in this movie?
no, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
Every single reaction to this movie, from every single person who sees it, says this is the greatest comic book movie of all time, and I'm over here going.
That's.
Did y'all watch Endgame? Did y'all watch Infinity War? Did you watch No Way Home?
That's gonna be a heavy sell, man.
I'm intrigued. And again, like, I have my hopes for how this movie's going to end. I have my hopes for how Fast 11's going to start, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
If the Flash ends the way I'm wanting, then it'll be worth it. But I don't see that happening.
I don't think it's gonna end the way you were talking. If it's the one you were talking about the other
the one I
night,
was talking about the other night. I don't.
that
see
would be
happening.
cool, but I just don't see it. Honestly, I'm not sure
Another
how that.
thing I want to see. Can you imagine if Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton shared the screen together?
They might.
Oh my god, I would. Clean up an all F.
Because I know the premise is like because they're
Flashpoint.
doing Flashpoint to an extent,
But,
but does that mean is Keaton playing his Batman or is he going to be Thomas Wayne?
he's Batman. He's his Batman. He's not
Oh,
playing
yeah.
Thomas Wayne.
So I'm curious
He's
how
playing
that
Bruce.
works. As far as I don't know, it's
It's a weird situation because on one hand, the movie looks great. On the other hand, the actor has done some shit that
Done some
we
crazy
don't
stuff.
condone.
there's been some craziness around here for that. But you know, Keaton, Now imagine this if they would have done a Batman movie with Keaton and Affleck. Don't know how they would have done it, but just if they would have done it.
I.
There's your $1 billion movie right there.
Half of that would come from me. God, if I had the money to fund $500 million movie.
Yeah, man. That'd be interesting. Could make some good movies. Anything else come out from the?
Yes, actually. Godzilla X Kong, A New Empire, had a test screening this week.
Ooh, that's right.
And so leaks about that movie have come out about the plot and about what the movie's about, and interesting. It's gonna be interesting. If the leaks are right, then I'm wrong about one thing.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone, I don't care about spoilers for some things. I don't care. I like knowing as much as possible. I didn't have to spoil myself for Godzilla vs. Kong. I just predicted that shit like to the T.
You said, "Yep, this is what's gonna happen."
But this movie, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea who this is or what. So obviously, I was curious. So yeah, I'll look it up. And I didn't see how the final fight goes. I didn't read the leak didn't cover the final fight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if the leak is right, this story is going to be interesting because it goes into a lot of backstory, and that involves Godzilla and Kong.
And it's going to tie into the Apple series, right? Or is that no? It's going to be before
the Apple Plus TV series takes place after the 2014 film.
Yeah, I know you keep telling me that, but I can't remember. I'm it's my memory being yep.
Which
I know.
That one is going to feature monsters. It is going to feature monsters fighting, and it is going to have Godzilla. So this is not a show to be taken lightly.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
We don't know anything about it. I predict we're going to get some sort of trailer for it around SDCC in July, and then it'll probably come out December. Around the time that we're going to start getting the trailer will probably drop around November, which will probably be when the show comes out. And then when the show's finished, that's when it's going to completely amp up the marketing for Godzilla and Kong, which comes out in March.
Yeah, we'll be getting some. We're getting another series next month too that I'm curious
Secret
about.
Invasion.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. Dead City is next month too, I believe.
Yeah, it is. I forgot about that.
That'll be interesting. They've won me over so far with the trailer, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's Negan and Maggie. Come on now. What I want to know is about the Daryl Dixon TV show because he's in France.
Yep.
How?
It just happens.
But okay.
We'll get more on that in the fall.
Go with me on this.
Uh-oh.
This is the connection my brain went to make this connection.
Okay.
You mentioned there's more TV shows coming out, and I was like, okay, it comes out next month. And for whatever reason, The Boys popped in my head. And I was like, Boys doesn't come out next month.
No, it does not.
Secret Invasion. But then the Secret Invasion part just got discarded because my mind was focused on The Boys and how Homelander and Peacemaker and
Omni-Man
are supposed to be DLC characters for Mortal Kombat 1. And I'm over here going, I want that. Just for that.
For those. Yep, just for that.
But
I'm
not going to buy Mortal Kombat 1 just for the DLC.
Oh, I might do it. I might, man.
I don't play fighting games, so I'm not,
don't, but
I haven't played Mortal Kombat 11.
You tell me I can get Peacemaker, Homelander, and Omni Man as DLC in a game? I am.
You know what they would be better suited in? Injustice.
Yeah,
I, come on, like come on.
that'd be
Imagine
too
that.
bad.
I want that. Also, Sterling, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, that'd be good. Oh man, that would be so awesome. Because I just want to see what those fatalities look like. That's all I care about. What do the
It's gonna be
fatalities look
interesting.
like? I hope that is a real thing that they are in that. That game will be here soon too. Um, when I
Yeah,
do
that,
fighting,
that game was announced this week, and it comes out in September. So
yeah. So like with fighting games, for me personally, this is the same with like Injustice and things. Like, I don't do them competitively. I just play them for the story.
yeah,
Like, yeah, there's some fights in there, but like Injustice, I liked the Injustice story. Um,
oh yeah, I love the Injustice games.
Justice 2 was good. What is that emote, Sterling? Looks like
10
a
out of
Harley
10.
Quinn.
Yeah, it's Harley Quinn doing 10 out of 10.
Okay. It's hard to tell from that end.
Oh, Harley. Thank you for giving me a 10
Injustice.
out of 10.
I know we talked about this the other day. I think it was on your channel, but the Mortal Kombat versus DC. I loved the storyline in that game.
I never played it.
It was a fun story, though.
Like, I wanted to play it, I just never did. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have an
And they're not everybody's cup of tea. Like Mortal Kombat is a fight, it's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do fighting, it's usually Dragon Ball or Marvel versus Capcom, something of that nature.
I just. Fighting games are one of those things where, like you said, I play the story, but then I'm done with it.
Yeah, no, because it's not really much replayability on that aspect of it.
There's some on Justice 2 because of, like, all the different things you can do.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they had like good ending and bad ending.
Well, it's not just that, but, like, you have the, I forget what it's called. It's like Elseworld situations.
Mhm.
I kind of want to revisit that, to be honest.
But
And Justice 2 because of the Elseworld, like, extra stuff.
yep. And you're talking about the boys. We get that spinoff later this fall. I'm curious
do
about
we?
that. Yeah, we get the Gen V spinoff. So, which is a really weird concept, but I think they'll have fun with it because they said there's a possibility for crossover in it. And
I was wondering if it's going to have a crossover.
they said there's a possibility, and I thought I read somewhere that Jensen might be in it, so that could be cool.
I'm so sad about all the TV shows that got canceled.
Like I said, CW is going in a different direction.
I
That's
ain't worried
the,
about CW. I ain't worried about CW. I lost interest in them a long time ago. I'm talking about, like, his show Big Sky that he was in.
Oh yeah, that was
He was in that with
another.
Reba, and it got canceled. I'm kind of upset.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cancellations happening. It's all about budget this and budget that.
Well, there's a writer's strike right now, and it's...
Yep, it goes into budget this and that.
Yeah.
Because
Which I think writers do deserve more love than they get, I think.
yeah, no, the strike is part of it, but they know what they're gonna like cancel and renew even without that because.
Yet Gotham Knights is still a thing.
Yeah, but it's only like 10 episodes in, so that's the other thing for that.
And?
Oh, I know, but it hasn't come up for renewal yet. If it gets renewed, here's the thing. So CW has after this week because Flash ends this week. Crazy that that's
it this week?
that's not nobody's talking about that at all because we were all checked out from that.
I'm about to say, Flash ended like 5 years ago.
But there are two comic shows left on CW. One is looking probably like a renewal, and one isn't. And you want to take a stab at which one they're wanting to renew?
Gotham Knights because it's cheaper.
Yep. That's
Which is stupid, but whatever.
the other one, which I hear is actually good. I've only seen a couple episodes of it. This is the Superman show.
Which honestly, yeah, like I'm TikTok. That's where I see my stuff, but I like what I see of the guy.
Yep. I've seen some of that. And the talk there I've seen is they want to bump it to Max and make it its own thing. So that could be cool.
I feel like Max needs to just focus on the DC shows in general.
Yeah.
Like CW, like you had your reign, like
Oh, that.
you're done.
Which is ridiculous to think about, because as far as I saw somebody say this the other day. So basically, this will mean once they get like out of this lineup from it or whatever, it would be like the first time they haven't had a comic show running since like Smallville. So that's a long time.
Oh God.
Because Smallville, the gap from that was Smallville ended, Arrow started. So, and then we know where that, we know what happened there. Oh man,
But I
don't know.
Like some of the stuff was good, but a lot of it was not. Looking back at Arrow and all that in hindsight, I just can't do it. And then the crossovers got really difficult to keep up with, especially, for physical collectors,
Yeah.
If you're going through like the DVDs, like watching the each season, because I've got Arrow up to like season 5. You watch an episode of Arrow, you stop, you take the disc out, you put a specific disc of Flash in, and it's just, and then when you get like 6 shows involved in that, it's just so convoluted. It's like the concept is good, but when you have like 6 shows, it's like it makes it really difficult for someone to just binge all that.
Yeah. No, it's true. It was the way they were doing with it.
What they should have been doing is each season that has the crossover, to keep the crossover off the disc, like off the season, and release a separate DVD that features said crossover, and have that, just have it be like that.
Yeah, I thought there was talk about that.
Like,
honestly,
Crisis on Infinite Earth, just have like one DVD for that, and not have the episode on the season.
Oh man.
But I don't know.
I think they did do a release of that. Honestly, I think.
Don't look at me, I can tell you.
I think they did, but I can't remember because I never, like I said, I dipped out after Infinite Earths. Honestly. I don't know. Arrowverse had its run. Crazy Flash is ending. I don't know. Grant said everyone wanted to do season 10, but he was like we've done, we've kind of done all we can.
Yeah. And I know Cisco's not in the final episode, which just...
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, that just ruins everything, so...
Yeah. I don't know.
I hate this, because I feel like I'm such a downer about a lot of things.
I know. You're not the downer. I'm the downer on things. So there's a lot of stuff that comes out. I'm like, yeah. Tony, what's up, brother? How are you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Man, we're just chilling out.
This started off as a movie kind of mini review stuff, and then started talking about Dragon Ball, and now we're talking about CW trash. But
all right, fine.
Did it?
I guess Stream Elements is being a butt today. There it goes.
Oh, finally.
As being a butt, it was. But yeah, I know. I was talking about Flash is ending, and there's like nothing on it. Like it's just which is really funny because
I feel
I
like
haven't
this is a
seen
good
any.
riddance kind of ending.
I hadn't seen any leaks about it either.
I'm playing D&D. Yo.
Hey, D&D, happy Tony. Oh, I think
I've been watching Critical Role, as I'm very vocal about, and the more I watch, the more I want to play it, but I don't have the time to commit to that kind of thing. Even for
case
a
in
one-off.
point.
Even for a one-off, because
One-off would take a while, depending on how big of a campaign you did.
no, I'm talking about like just a one session thing. That's what I'm.
Oh,
one
you
shot.
could-
One shot. That's what I'm talking about.
Doing a one-shot of that would be too weird.
Because here's my thing. I'm not talking about streaming. I'm just talking about playing in general. But like yesterday, I went to see Fast X. I was gone for 4 hours, and I got home. I had like 6 things I had to do. So it feels weird for me to go anywhere. Much less be somewhere where most campaigns can go for like 8+ hours at a time.
Yeah, they can go for a while. So
As much as I want to play D&D, there's just no chance for me to, and it makes me sad. That's why I watch Critical Role. I live vicariously through them.
no, that's not a bad way to do it for sure.
But
I don't know. I was excited. Good weekend of movies.
I got one coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
Not seeing Spider-Man next week.
Spider-Man next week? I thought it was
Across-
later in June.
No, it's the first one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Across the Spider-Verse. Which it looks good. I'll wait. I'll wait on that one. I got the Transformers. I'll be seeing The Flash. I'm seeing Indiana Jones, and then nothing in July, and then Meg 2 in August.
Oh yeah, Meg 2. I forgot. We got the trailer for that. That looks fantastic.
Oof.
I am
Wasn't
ready for that
expecting the
movie.
Kraken, but
Movie looks like it's going to be a blast, and they're going to have fun with it, which is something because we were talking like, hey, trailer comes out in 2 months.
it feels like a lot of movies nowadays are getting trailers like 2 months before they come out now. It's like, everything okay?
Yeah.
Which theoretically, like looking at the timeline between the time we got the trailer and when the movie comes out, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because you got the trailer last week, no, the week before. 2 weeks ago, yet tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have June, July, and then the 1st of August, so it's about 3.5, like 3 months before the movie came out, so it makes sense.
I don't know. I do know that
add up.
that is going to be, and I know I'm picky and choosy with my movies. That is going to be an opening weekend movie. I know that.
I'd love to see that in IMAX.
There's some movies
I don't
that
know
I'm
if I
like,
want to pay $17 to see that in IMAX. Now, Godzilla and Kong, I'm seeing that in IMAX.
oh man, I don't think I'm going to go to IMAX for the Meg, but
I will for Godzilla and Kong.
so closest one of those is like an hour and a half away, I think. If I'm driving, yeah. So I'm not.
Before the one we got here, I had to go to Nashville, 3 hours away.
Yeah, because I think the last IMAX I went to was The Force Awakens. I think
That's the movie that started the IMAX right here.
I think that's the last one I went to.
The last one I went to was Jurassic World Dominion last year.
Yeah. Just because, and I think I've told this story before, I wanted to see the opening scene in IMAX, and oh my god, it did not disappoint. Because that scene with the blaster bolt in IMAX, oh, that was amazing.
I bet that was good.
Because it just stays there for like 5 minutes. It's just they're talking. It's just sitting there.
I want them to do a re-release of The Phantom Menace in IMAX, bro. I need that.
That'd be good.
Ken Hash plays.
Well, they just did Return, so we'll get there. Whatever comes up next on the list, which would be Phantom Menace, would be next.
Next year would be 25, I think.
99. So
Yeah, it was 99. So next year will be 25 years.
maybe they will do something for it. They like to do that stuff now. So
Yeah.
uh,
Hell, next month is Jurassic Park is in 3 weeks, and there ain't shit said about that.
yeah, I don't know. Figure it out.
But if they re-release Phantom Menace and IMAX, I will go see that.
Yep, that would be nice.
I hate to wrap this one up so soon, but I feel like this is a good stopping point.
It is, because you got to go do your stuff later, and
Plus, I gotta take care of Grandma and dinner and stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, double stream days are woof. They're tough sometimes. So I know all about that on Saturdays, and it's fun, but it's the days I can work it in. So
Yeah, that thing.
but yeah,
this was
we'll get
fun.
that. Always a fun blast.
Just chit chat and hanging out.
Well, yeah, man. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Appreciate everybody stopping by for the Sunday special. We don't normally do these on Sunday,
Yeah,
but
this was kind of a random, just, hey, let's do this. Why not? Okay.
yeah. Let's see.
I'm never opposed to doing these.
Hey, they're always we love them. Chill vibes, get them going. What can the people catch you doing tonight?
I'll be starting Dragon Age Inquisition tonight.
That'd be good.
And then this crazy motherfucker will be back over on my channel on Thursday to discuss the Marvel Netflix shows
Yeah.
on the Chaotic Podcast with Tony and Leo.
Yeah, Tony will be there. It'll be a fun time. That was a spur of the moment thing, so
It randomly popped up in conversation on Thursday, and everyone was like, "Let's do it." I said, "Do y'all really want to do this on Thursday?" Yeah. All right. And set it in stone.
all right. Let's see. It's a weird time for me, so not many people are on,
Spence is
so
on.
we will just go to Spence.
Spence.
Because there's usually not many people on at a 6 on a Sunday.
I mean, I've got several people, but no, let's just go to Swiss.
Yeah. So that'll be a good thing.
Oh, Sam. Oh, yeah.
What's up?
No, just keep going.
Oh, appreciate everybody stopping by.
Y'all have
I'm
a
gonna
fan-freaking-tastic rest of your night.
try to work on some Jedi again Friday, if that's the plan. We'll talk about what the plan is for this next week. See what we feel about it, because I know it's a
Maybe do it
holiday
Saturday.
weekend from some
Is it a
people.
holiday weekend?
Yeah, for some, but we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
Later, guys.
And later.